He's so cute.
Look, say cheese. Say it.
It's like, not yet, not yet, not yet.
It's good. Good. Honey tune. I never thought it. Fun brand. Fun, adventurous brand. KK, you gonna be on them chicken and waffles today?
Yeah.
For me, being vulnerable sometimes means the possibility of it not working. I don't necessarily like how uncertainty feels. Being vulnerable to the process is a different thing for me.
Brent Wesley, also known as Wesley The Keeper, is the owner and founder of Akron Honey. Since 2013, honey lovers around the world have fallen in love with this company. Wesley makes it his personal duty to be transparent about the challenges and successes of business ownership. In the wake of the pandemic, Wesley The Keeper left his 14-year tech career to pursue Akron Honey full-time. As the creative director of Akron Honey, I wanted to have an opportunity to talk candidly with Wesley about running a business in a pandemic.
It needed to happen. It needed to happen, and I didn't see it clearly at first.
Dealing with racial tension as a Black business owner.
They start just questioning, oh, so how much percentage is Black owned? Or is this really a Black owned business?
And discuss the vulnerabilities he faces. The process leaves a lot of entrepreneurs vulnerable.
The process.
The process.
Ooh, let me tell you about process.
Welcome to Creating Impact. I feel like right now with entrepreneurship, like it looks so different now, and we've had so many discussions about it.
It's not as sexy as like.
It's not as sexy as it used to be.
Yo, you had everybody talking about, oh,
I got a business.
Yeah, I got a business when they just have like a hobby. And I was one of them. I had a side hustle. Ooh. And actually, I didn't say. It's funny. Other people say, "Oh, you're an entrepreneur," but like I knew the truth, so I was like, "No, it's just a little thing on the side, like developing."
Wow.
You know?
So you feel like there's a distinguishable difference between a side hustle 100%. And being a full-time entrepreneur at this point?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I have 6 people at the house over there right now, a few blocks over there, who aren't going to be able to survive off of a side hustle. It's got to take a full-fledged brand that's moving.
Those 6 people are?
My wife and then Mike, 5 kids.
7 kids.
Plus me, I'm 7.
Oh, 7. Okay.
You had me doing the math. I was just like carry the 1.
One take. Oh no, recount. No, but like entrepreneurship, I feel like there was like this sense of like trendiness, like fashion.
Yes.
And then when COVID hit, it was just like game over. Yeah. Like what's happening now?
Well, here's the thing. It was hard to decipher, a person who had a side hustle from a person who had a full-time brand they were managing, full-time. It was hard to see through because anyone could just say, yeah, I have this and check out my page and yada, yada. But like now you almost don't have the right you haven't earned the right to say that you're an entrepreneur because it's not all on the line. These people, they're people, and I'm just earning this right. Like I'm not saying like, oh, I'm just earning this right. From the years being with Verizon, we saved a good amount of money. So it's not like we're in a pinch right now. We got to make all, I'm still doing good. There are other businesses out here who have for years gone up and down and up and down and up and down. And these are people behind these small businesses and they got employees. And if you are not in those situations where you got people depending, their livelihood depends on how good or bad your business is doing, you don't have the right to be like, oh yeah, I got a business. I still hear people saying, oh, I got a business, and I just want to be wanting to say like, okay, talk to me about this not even business plan. Like, what's the potential? Like, where your leads coming from? You know, who's your customer? Like who's your market? So who's your audience? You know, and like how are you marketing to this specific audience? And
those are real business questions.
That's how you know, you're able to get the most from your marketing efforts, and just your effort in business is knowing those things. And that's just a little piece of the marketing. There's a whole financial strategy that you would need. You got to get money. You know, that's a big problem. Capital is huge.
Yeah. I mean, but like with what you're doing, do you feel that pressure on you? Do you feel the pressure to like get those leads, attract the clients, reach a certain financial goal? Like, do you feel the pressure more because of COVID, or has it just always been like, okay, I know what I need to do?
Yeah, I know what I need to do.
Okay.
And that supersedes anything else. I don't need a balance sheet to tell me how good or bad I do. Like, I feel it. I know where we need to go. You know, I know that I need to be up working at I need to achieve a certain amount of things every single day to end up where we need to be, one step closer where we need to be. I can't afford 2 steps backwards. I'm not doing that, you know?
Absolutely not.
I'm not going to wait till I can't pay a bill, you know? And I know that that's the reality. That could definitely happen where, with us, we got our online business that we're growing, but then also what about the grocery business? Yeah. And, we need doors. And what happens in February or March or April when I've been trying to get into these right doors, what's going to happen if I don't get those? So that's what fuels me. Right. And I don't know if that's like I guess maybe that's the pressure. I don't rationalize this pressure. this stuff I got to do.
That you have to do.
Because I know where we can go, not to meet bare minimum, but literally to redefine what it is someone in my situation does. Yeah. With a honey brand.
Since you took that big leap, what are you most proud of as far as taking that leap and doing it?
I'm really happy about how the brand is shaped up in the public's eye. I'm happy with how we're positioning ourselves in the honey brand market because, if anyone's talked to me, I've been very real about like where like honey companies are really boring. The brands are really boring. Even there's some black owned brands that kind of been popping up, but they all seem the same. The story's the same. Oh, we're on this farm. And, here's some bees and here's a jar, you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
But to me, I see a lot of potential and space in the market and, solving a problem that maybe many of our consumers don't realize we have. Hopefully that assumption is correct. If not, I'll be broke, whatever. I know. And then I'll need you to sponsor our GoFundMe. No. Right. I'm real happy with how we're shaping the brand, and you're a part of it. So like I'm hopefully you're seeing it, but I'm happy with how we're shaping the brand. The little things, they say it's the little things. It's little things. The little things for us are becoming our normal things. Yes. And that's really helping us distance ourselves. And it's funny. I have to really dig really deep to answer this question because I can just list off things that I'm not happy with.
I think that's like every entrepreneur.
Yeah, I'm happy with, from what I know, I'm happy with the cash flow right now. This is a good situation. Yeah. I'm happy with how our site looks. I'm happy with how it's set up to usher us into a different era, a new exciting era of customer empathy, consumer empathy. I'm happy about the balance that I'm finding with where we're at right now, where we need to go with my family, how it relates to my family. Again, I'm impatient, so I want to be there right now. I want us to be like the Apple iPhone of honey brands and feel like Justin from Justin's Peanut Butter. Like I want to be at the signing table right now with Hummel Foods or Kraft Foods or Smuckers, where they're buying us out, but we're buying us out in a way that we're able to still be involved, but just do way more than we ever thought. You know what I mean? So I'm impatient, but I'm happy about those things. I'm happy about our product, how our products are relating to people, how we'll be able to humanize our products in really fun and creative ways. I'm happy with our team. It's small, it's mighty. We always attract the right people and keep the right people around. Like that's
Shout out
really
to Kelsey and Francis.
Kelsey, Francis, Dubois.
Yes, yes.
And you know, I'm really happy about the diversity on our team.
What would you say like are the challenges as far as like kind of being vulnerable in the midst of like maintaining this company, building it to what you want it to be?
For me, being vulnerable sometimes means the possibility of it not working out. When I'm saying vulnerable, I'm talking about actually having control over things. I've learned that I'm a perfectionist. It's funny, like I grew up without organization, and if there's a mess in a room, I won't be able to see it. You know what I mean? But when I'm like merchandising and it comes to Akron Honey, you get precision. I'm okay with being vulnerable.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like how uncertainty feels. I've always been a person who talks about, oh, it's okay to be uncertain and ambiguous. It's not no, but you just really don't like how it feels. I really don't like how it feels.
Yeah.
I tolerate it. It's cool. But like that anxiety, that's where it comes from for me, you know? So it's one thing to be vulnerable. To other people, it's no problem to be vulnerable. Like I show who I am who I am, this is what you get. You know, being vulnerable to the process is a different thing for me.
What do you mean by that?
That we're not going to be Justin's peanut butter tomorrow. I'm not going to know how to get our production to a certain level in a week. You know, I'm not going to know how to come to. I'll put you like this: we've been working on our bourbon. We partnered with Cleveland Whiskey, and we produced this bourbon, this beautiful bourbon honey that you can use with anything, tea, yogurt, whatever. And I just figured out a way to possibly shorten our production from infusion time from 4 days to 5 hours.
Wow.
That's a big deal.
Huge.
Yeah. So like not being able to know all that stuff right now, to the owner, that means dollars and cents. That means that I could be losing market share. That means every time I ship that out to a consumer, to one of our users or honey lovers, we could be missing the mark. You know what I mean? So like not being able to control that sucks. But
I feel like that process leaves a lot of entrepreneurs vulnerable.
The process.
The process.
Ooh. Let me tell you about process though. Like you just reminded me of this. So when I was on Cleveland Hustles, LeBron James, so Maverick Carter came to my house, and I kind of knew he was outside, but they were just like covering the blinds, so they would get the reaction like, oh, Maverick, you know what I mean? Right. You know, so I kind of felt it was him. So they took me outside. I'm like, oh, hey, Maverick. I'm like, oh, wow.
Right.
I'll never forget what he said. It's a show, so I'm like, oh, this is all scripted.
Right.
But what he said to me on that day, that moment, I go back to that. I have to. He goes, you got to fall in love with the process. You got to fall in love with the process. Sometimes the process sucks.
Don't even get me started.
The process sucks, whether it's your fulfillment process, whether it's the process by which you're like curating these food videos that we're trying to do. You know, the process, you can always improve process, but like it feels pretty crappy sometimes because you haven't flushed it out yet, the process that is. So like you do have to submit yourself to the process and be completely vulnerable